Freeza, you don't know who you're messing with. This is Gine. You destroyed her entire race. Gine is a creature of commitment, determination. Okay, I messed that up. I don't remember how the John Wick thing goes. Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am continuing with What If Gine Was Alive Today Part 3, and this one's going to be pretty exciting because we are now heading into the events of the Dragon Ball Super BROLY movie. That's right. So, really, as far as what ifs go, there's not going to be many parts to this because we're already pretty much running out of source material to go on. Would you guys be interested if I did a audio continuation of the series as a space adventures of Gine and V1 and V2, her two surrogate children? Anyways, more on that later. In the meantime, let's get into this exciting part. Alright, now in the previous, I said she arrived on Earth and finally got to meet her son Kakarot, aka Goku, around a couple of weeks before the events of the BROLY movie play out. But we'll actually give it a bit longer. We'll make it a month. It's not going to make much difference. Just gives Gine a little bit more time with the family before events begin to really break down, and we get to see her getting stronger, getting involved in training sessions with her son and the prince. And well, since this month has gone by, she's actually managed to make good friends with Mr. Piccolo. Yeah, so surprisingly, Piccolo and Gine get along pretty well. So, a lot of the times, Gine would actually visit Piccolo at his little house, and yes, just like Videl, she would come bearing gifts, giving him plushes. But of course, that is a reference of Dragon Ball Superhero. But anyway, just a bit of light comedy to get things rolling. Now, while Gine is enjoying her life on Earth, which you can imagine the rest of the Dragon team have pretty much welcomed her with open arms, and she's just been really happy the chance of meeting her grandchildren, Goten and Gohan, and of course, her great-grandchild, Pan. And keep in mind, Gine is roughly her 60s, maybe heading into getting close to her 70s, so she hasn't quite begun aging out yet. She still looks like she's in her 20s. So she hasn't started to break out in age just yet. And still has the moves of a young Saiyan. And well, like I said, we are now heading into the events of BROLY. So we've got a bit of a triple threat sparring match between three Saiyans, Gine, Goku, and Vegeta. Even though Gine is still nowhere near the level of Vegeta and Goku, she is picking up things relatively quickly. How strong is she? She's strong enough that she could go Super Saiyan, providing that the right motivation hits. But yeah, she definitely isn't, Super Saiyan God level or Super Saiyan Blue level or anything like that yet. Let's not go too crazy. But all the numerous fighting styles she's picked up over the years as a bounty hunter taking out various different aliens and different warriors, have taught her a thing or two about straight up fighting and good old-fashioned martial arts, that she's able to throw the boys a loop every now and then. Of course, when she has the occasional sparring matches with Whis, it does nothing to him whatsoever, because, you know, it's Whis. Whis is just too good. And, well, meanwhile, in the outreaches of space, Lord Freeza has begun rebuilding his empire and the Freeza Force, looking for new recruits wherever he can, and having them either reconquer planets that he used to have under his name, or conquering some new races. At the moment, staying out of the Saiyans' crosshairs, he's not quite ready to be facing them again yet. However, two of his henchmen, Gine and the other guy, whose name I keep forgetting, have stumbled upon the planetoid Vampa, and, well, it is there, just like in the original. They meet Paragues, a Saiyan who was banished by King Vegeta. Well, actually wasn't banished, he deserted the Saiyans and ran after his son. It was his son BROLY who was banished for being too powerful. Anyway, we know this part, and he's begging for help, and just as they're attacked by a monster, Paragues is screaming, "BROLY!" And BROLY saves them like in the original. Two Saiyans, both of them, well, Paragues with a decent power level of 4,000, while BROLY's power level isn't even registering on the scouter. They are brought before Lord Freeza, and Lord Freeza is going, "I have an idea. Let's see how your brat can do against the prince and that Goku. And I want Goku's blood on my hands," that whole speech, because I want my revenge. We know how that goes, and meanwhile, the Dragon Balls were stolen. However, there were two sets of thieves trying to get the Dragon Balls this time around. The first two set of thieves were, of course, Frieza's low-level henchmen that he sent, and the other two were surprisingly Gine's surrogate children, the two survivors from the planet Meat, V1 and V2. DBS, why are they stealing Dragon Balls? Now, they're not doing this under Gine's orders or anything like this. They simply want the Eternal Dragon to provide them with the world's most perfect meal or something. The universe's most perfect meal or something silly like that. Because, well, those, them being raised by Gine, a Saiyan, they like good food. And, well, they want to see what the Eternal Dragon can do in terms of a good meal. After hearing all about the Dragon Balls and everything from the gang when Gine was and V1 and V2 were learning about all their adventures. However, they run into the other set of thieves that Freeza has sent, and they both just hilariously scream at each other. Like, scream in horror at each other. And V1 and V2 run out of the building where the Dragon Balls are kept, and just like in the original, the Freeza Force men steal the 6 Dragon Balls that Bulma had recovered. And, well, this is where everyone sets off on their little adventure going after the thieves, after Trunks and Goten warned them that there were intruders in Capsule Corp. Gine, of course, got the same call from her boys relatively at the same time. After they eventually caught their breath and calmed down and processed what just happened. And after looking at the surveillance cameras, they all see the hilarious footage of V1 and V2 screaming at the two thieves and everything. He's like, I'm really gonna have a good talk with those boys. And well, it's blast-off time. Bulma, Whis, Goku, and Vegeta are heading off after the thieves with the addition of Gine. And of course, Beerus is left babysitting little Bola. And so, pretty much with that, things begin to process in the movie like they do in the original. Freeza arrives on Earth. He has secured all 7 Dragon Balls. He wants to grow by 5 centimeters, as we know. And Broly and Paragues are before him. Now Gine is barely holding her hatred for Freeza at bay. She, to quote TFS Goku, she really just wants to go up there and deck him in the schnoz. After all, Freeza did wipe out her race, kill her husband, and pretty much everyone she ever knew and loved. With the exception of Goku, of course. And, well, the battle between Vegeta and Broly breaks out and goes much like it does in the movie. Now, meanwhile, Gine cannot contain her hate for Freeza any longer, and she basically pulls a Bardock, but with a slight difference. That level of hate and rage is enough to push her to Super Saiyan. More than just Super Saiyan, she's surging like she's skipped all the way up to Super Saiyan 2. And she is charging Freeza, and she screams his name in a similar way that Bardock does in the original Bardock special. Freeza! And as she charges in, Paragues gets in the way of the blow, and pretty much takes the punch by Gine, which is pretty much enough to knock Paragues, on his butt. He's getting up and weakened, and he gets like a really good look at Gine. You know what? I actually remember you. You are the weakest of our race, a mere cook, a wife of that pathetic upstart Bardock who thought he could be an elite. And well, basically, we've got a fight between Gine and Paragues happening. Now, you may be thinking because Paragues is so weak in terms of power that Gine would just be able to beat him easily. But you got to remember, Paragues is an experienced commander and general, been on the front of all sorts of battles. He knows when to tactically retreat. He knows all sorts of military and ambush-like tactics, the kind of tactics that Gine is lacking. After all, she only done a few missions with Bardock and his crew, and why her various different martial arts styles, from taking down various aliens, does give her an increased advantage over Paragues, as well as her raw power. It's nothing that Paragues himself hasn't experienced one time or another, when you consider the various races he's conquered in the name of King Vegeta and Freeza. He's weak due to his age, but his experience in battle more than makes up for that. Which, I'm kind of, if there's one thing I didn't like about the Broly movie, that was it. We didn't get to see really Paragues in action. And I quite felt the movie was sort of lacking in that. Age and experience. You know, he'd be like the Master Roshi of Saiyans, potentially. So, we're going to have it here. Gine and Paragues are squaring off. Well, pretty much the rest of the movie is pretty much playing out as it were, except when Freeza is beginning to think BROLY is on the losing end of this battle as he starts battling with Goku. You know what? I wonder if he's really finished. Oh, Paragues! And he kills Paragues, like he does in the film. And this was still in the middle while Paragues was having his duel with Gine. And now Freeza needs to make sure BROLY saw what just happened, except he's going to lie a little bit. BROLY, look what Gine has done. She killed your father. And this sets BROLY to trigger his Super Saiyan transformation, and his anger is focused squarely on Gine, who's basically immediately charging her, forcing Vegeta basically to step in again early, and him and Goku are essentially double teaming BROLY, which does seem to gets BROLY to refocus on them rather than Gine, and Goku is just screaming at his mother, "Mother, stay with Whis!" And well, Gine, realizing she is way too underpowered to handle this, or help in any way from this point, she goes to where Whis and Bulma are at, and well, this is where Goku and Vegeta lure BROLY to Freeza, and we get the battle between BROLY and Freeza, while Goku and Vegeta successfully learn fusion, and we get Gogeta heading into the finale of the fight. And ultimately, Gogeta is able to beat BROLY back, just like in the original, and thanks to some quick thinking with Chili, and it's Lemo, isn't it? Lemo's the other henchman I was thinking of. Lemo and Chili able to get their wish by the dragon to send BROLY back to Vampa at the last second. They are rescued. Well, BROLY is essentially rescued from the fate of being destroyed by Gogeta, and well, of course, Frieza's thinking of destroying the traitors right then and there, who are on their own, who have stolen a ship to go back to Vampa, back to BROLY. However, with pretty much Gine and Gogeta pretty much cornering Freeza, he just decides to back off. "Oh, very well, monkeys, you win this round, but one day I'll be back for this planet." And well, before Freeza can leave, Gine says something. "The next time you come to this planet, you will die." Freeza just sort of looks to Gine, smirks a little bit, and just wanders off. Hey, it's not like Freeza remembers Gine. After all, back when Freeza may have known her, she was a mere cook at a level of 500. Nothing worth giving a second look over. So, he just happily smirks and leaves. And well, the ending's pretty much the same, with Goku showing up on Vampa, giving Chili and Lemo supplies and whatnot. And that is where the movie ends. And that is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this version of the BROLY movie? No, just think, you know, if this version had have happened, we would have had the whole tearful goodbye with Gine to her son when they send him off-world, plus her surviving to be part of the action later. So it's like a direct sequel from her life. Just kind of what I was going for. And, how will, Gine affect the outcome once we, head into Dragon Ball Superhero? And discuss those events. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be with you next time. And what do we think of me doing my own concept art when I do these what ifs and have them displayed on the video like I do? Of course, I do use some shots from the actual anime, but bits and pieces that aren't covered in the anime, such as the Gine and Paragues picture I did. What do we think of me doing more of that? I think it does sort of bring the story to life a little bit more. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and yep, I'll get back to you. Alright, catch you later.